My last selection picks, what I just did on college football, I picked Ohio State, Washington, Virginia Tech, and Florida. Now, with Florida, like I stated in the other video, their offense wasn't that great these last few seasons. But with the addition of Malik Zaire, who was formerly with Notre Dame and playing for this particular coach, who I think is really a bad coach, but people keep believing that he was the savior of Notre Dame, Brian Kelly. Brian Kelly. I just don't think he's all that good as a coach as Brian Kelly, but Malik Zaire is an exceptional player. I think he has a great skill set. And maybe at Florida, he may just flourish for that 1 year and do his thing, bring some spark to the offense. But what mainly I want to talk about, and I'm going to go back to a little bit of the picks I just made from the past video just made, is the group of five. I want to say that I believe that Temple and South Florida should be the best, as well as Memphis, within the American Conference. South Florida will probably win because they have the most talent. This is Charlie Strong's first year at South Florida, and he's taking over for brother Willie Taggart, who's now at Oregon. I think I watched a little bit of the South Florida San Jose game. Was basically no one in the audience in attendance at that game. And the San Jose fans need to feel really ashamed of themselves. And that game was actually on national TV on CBS Sports Network, which is a damn shame. It should have been the UMass game against Hawaii on the CBS Sports Network instead of 11 Sports. But I guess 11 Sports have some form of contract by showing UMass's games when they play at home. But San Jose showed a pathetic showing for their fans not to show up for that game. It was basically no one in attendance. You seen so many empty seats at that game. They're very pathetic, and that's just my opinion because I think that out in the California area, there's so much talent out there that the fact is that all those teams out west should get some form of nice talent, and they should bring in a nice fan base to view their games. But San Jose is just they give me a reason why they're playing FBS ball, excuse me. They should go down to FCS. But the way they look, they should go down to Division 2. But as I go on, I'm going to pick South Florida, like I said, for the American. The Mountain West, I'm going to go with Boise, but watch out for Wyoming. They're a pretty good team because I believe they beat Boise at home last year, so I think they play Boise on the road this year. But those two teams, I think, are the team to beat, as well as Colorado State. They look pretty good against Oregon State. And I was impressed about that game is the speed of the game was moving, particularly from Colorado State and their backs and their receivers. They have a great new facility, and I think they're still trying to campaign to be part of the Power Five, which I really want to say the Power Four, because I look at the Big 12 as a joke. I think eventually Oklahoma State will be part of the SEC. From there, the Mid-American Conference is interesting. Western Michigan lost their coach P.J. Fleck, who's now in Minnesota, and I guess he's trying to get Minnesota back to their glory days of the 60s and 50s. But I'm going to go and say Northern's going to win the conference again. They won it a few years ago. They played in I think they played Florida State and got hammered. I think it was an Orange Bowl, one of those bowl games. But I really think that Northern Illinois can possibly make a comeback and win it this year. Western Michigan had a great run last year, and they ran into a buzzsaw against Wisconsin last year, and I want to say the Cotton Bowl. One of those bowl games. So many of them doggone college bowl games make your head spin. But I do think and Northern will win that conference. South Florida will win their conference. Boise State will win their conference. And so I think that's the MAC, the American, the Mountain West, and that leaves also the Sun Belt. And I think I might be missing one, but I know there's the Sun Belt after that, And I really don't know much about the Sun Belt. That's one of those forgettable conferences. I watched some of the teams. I do like historically Troy, formerly known as Troy State. But I'm with that conference, I'm gonna go just throw it out there. Say South Alabama. They're up and coming program, and I think people should watch out for them. Now for the another pick I want to pick, I forget, it was Conference USA. How did I forget that conference? Conference USA, who's been looted. A lot of their teams left and go to go join the American Conference. Conference USA is a very interesting conference, and I really don't know who's going to win that conference. Because I'll be honest with you, I have not really focused on studying those teams. But I'm just going to throw it out there and just say, for Conference USA, Western Kentucky. But that's a conference that their games are on Fox, if I'm correct, and CBS Sports Network. They play pretty good football, but obviously they've been looted so much, they've been diluted so much by other schools jumping to America and want to be part of Power 5 conferences. So those are my picks for the other 5. Like, I'm going to go back and say that Ohio State, I believe, will win it all. The problem last year, I believe that, I didn't see this receivers separate as much as I want them to. Because when they played against Michigan, it was like JT Barrett. The receivers really didn't bring it to me except for the Curtis Samuel. But there weren't much separation. And in the game now of football, your receivers need to get separation so your quarterback can slip the ball up in there. But I think with a year's worth of meshing together and playing together, I can actually see them being better on offense. There's people who believe that JT Barrett has hit his ceiling. I wouldn't say that. I think he has a lot of improvement left in him, but obviously with a team, the players around you must improve themselves. So hopefully they've been working with each other all off season, and that improvement can lead to a very potent offense. And if they have a very potent offense, it's lights out, because their defense is going to be outstanding. The speed, the talent that they have in defense. And Greg Schiano, the defensive coordinator, has already stated that this is the best defense he's coached on any level. I can see the defensive line and starting defensive linemen that will be playing on Sundays. If not here in America, definitely over in Canada, but definitely I do see them playing here in the United States in the NFL. But the speed of their defense is incredible, man. It's like the Alabama LSU a few years ago when they had that 9-6 game. A lot of people thought the game was boring, but the talent on defense was incredible. And I see that with Ohio State this year. The only thing is their offense is going to have to score. If their offense scores a lot of points and them receivers can get separation so JT Barrett can get the ball in those seams, then they'll be unstoppable. So watch out for Ohio State. Watch out for Florida. Watch out for Virginia Tech, like I said, and Washington. Now the sleeper, I'm going to say Northwestern. Like I picked Northwestern out of Big Ten. That's a sleeper to me. And another sleeper, well, South Florida. Because South Florida, even though they're not in the Power 5, they're outside in the Group of 5. But if they do well enough, that they may actually kind of slip themselves in there. I doubt they get in there, but they may just try to kind of slip themselves up in there. You never know. But I am anticipating this college football season. I'm going to be watching it, wholeheartedly. And I'm going to enjoy myself. And there's so many games that you can watch when you stream. You can also stream, you watch from your television set. And I'm going to talk about watching various different high school games around the world on my Roku streaming device. And it's like a beautiful thing, man. I could watch high school football games around the world, international football games around the world. It's nothing like that, man. And this Roku device, man, is making my head spin. But I can also look at so many other different things and documentaries and everything on YouTube. But not only that, there's other stuff that's out there. But, yeah, this is a pretty good device. But those are my picks for college football. My time is running out. I want to say this is G World 7 Space D. And I'm going to say peace and love. Over and out. I'll see you again from the shot. Peace.